Slow it. I ain't finna stop till they make the rap blow it. Shout out y'all, she was with me at my lowest. Best baby daddy in the world, and you know it. Thought that I was done, he said hop back in. Made it to the league, this is not Pac-10. Headline set, that's a big back end. Let the beat drop, bring that back in. Fresh out the bay, the game in my teens. Slap, slap, what do that mean?
All right, guys, we're still missing some key people. I tell you, we're gonna have to figure out how to win without them. Running back, receiver, and a guard. We're gonna make it work, guys.
We're about 20 miles from the Gulf of Mexico at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa, as we bring you the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, the second of our two divisional games on this Saturday. It's the Washington Commanders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So glad you have joined us. It's a divisional round matchup here in the playoffs. Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson, partner, both these teams feeling the momentum, feeling good. They won last week on Wild Card Weekend. They're starting to look forward and dream Super Bowl. One of these teams gets to the conference championship game. What are you looking for in a game like this?
Yeah, and you're exactly right, Mike. Both these teams we saw just a week ago play really well in their wild card matchup. So now they find themselves one game away from the conference championship. And it really comes down to, at this stage of the game, Mike, it's not who's practicing the best. Those reps have been really cut down. Right now it's about getting your legs back and understanding who are we as a team, who is our opponent as a team, and who is going to play the best. Well, in a couple minutes, this thing's going to be kicked off, and we're going to find out.
So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
After talking to him the other day, it seems like he's really embracing this moment, Mike. I mean, he said something along the lines of playing with the pressure that comes with the playoffs is a privilege, and I couldn't agree more. Not everyone gets the opportunity to play on this stage. So when you have these types of moments, you really have to take advantage of them and just go for it. If the rest of the team can match that mindset, I think they got a good shot today to leave with a win.
Right to Irving. And he'll get a half court on that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was.
Look at the injuries. Look at the injuries. The whole offense.
Here's Mayfield working from the pistol. That's caught. It's Bucky over. And he'll be
Guys, what are y'all doing?
45-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They send Godwin in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. This one on target to Godwin. Wow, it wasn't for lack of effort. He tried every which way to elude the defense, but he was outnumbered.
All right, Weaver and Cox and Weaver. Let's go. Clark and Weaver, Clark and Weaver, Clark and Weaver, Weaver and Clark, Weaver and Clark. Clark and Weaver, Clark and Weaver. Let's go.
Green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
Winning in the wild card round, certainly an accomplishment that this team should be proud of. But Mike, if he wants to take his team to the championship round next week, he's going to have to lead by example and play a mistake-free game against a team known for capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes. Yes, you have to be aggressive. You have to be willing to take some risks. Those risks have to be calculated, because if you get reckless against this group, you're going to be flying home. You're going to get ready for the offseason.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Daniels. This one complete to Bryant. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up.
Push the button, guy.
Bring up 3rd down. They'll run it here with Campbell. And he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
A run now for Chandler. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. On the ground, this is Chandler. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Couple of 1st downs already on this drive, and they'll go 1st down from the 43. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Left side, it's caught by Brown. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A carry now for Chandler. And he'll get forward to about the 42. The big defensive lineman, Vita Vea, on the stop. 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held it just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. He will have the Commanders' first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker.
No.
Find a way to convert on 3rd and
Oh
inches.
my God. No. Oh, no. Oh, man.
Running from the pistol, it's Chandler. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. To the ground, he'll get it again. Good blocking to the 15. And he'll be taken down.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up
Dislocated
front.
hip will not be able to return for this game. God damn it. It's not what we wanted to hear, man. Wow.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Red zone now. He'll drop to throw. And the Commanders are
All right, Brackett. You got to take us home, man.
12 yards on the pickup, and that's a first down.
This has been a really good drive so far. What I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
He'll try to run this one in.
Job.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Ty Chandler. Touchdown, Washington. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return is Trey Palmer. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Here's 1st and 10. Receiver in motion. Going right. Play clock down to 0. That is not the way to start a drive.
Still 1st down.
A run. And here's Mason. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
2nd down throw for Mayfield. A short run there to Otten. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line.
All right, bracket.
The Commanders offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll begin here on the ground. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Watkins motioning over. They'll stay on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing now from the gun. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Here comes 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. That one pulled in by Brown. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's into the hands of his receiver, Watkins.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Watkins motioning over. Here's a toss as they look to run. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
That's a heck of a stop there defensively, Mike. 2nd and inches, you're thinking the first down is pretty much a formality, but not for this defense. They pack it in tight, they sell out on the run, and they're going to force this team to snap it again on 3rd down.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he'll work his way
All right, take this second, guys.
2-yard line, and that is enough for a first down. 1 quarter down in this NFC divisional round matchup. It's the Commanders with the early lead. We'll have more from Tampa after this. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll stick with him again. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He got all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Now they'll set up the screen for Chandler. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Bates' kick is good. And the Commanders will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. On 1st down is Mayfield. That's to the right side and incomplete. Galen McMillan, what he was looking for there. And it'll bring up 2nd down. motion man set right. Throwing on second down, Mayfield. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. They need 8 as they come up for third down. They send Evans in motion. From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Hey, good defense, guys.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down. Mike, living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Ty Chandler getting set for this next possession. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And we'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. Start on the ground. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Firing right side, brought in by Brown.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. Here's 3rd and 2. We'll try to get this one on the ground.
Take my 14 inches. Standing line, they're gonna cheat me, guys.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They'll run it and
That is some cheating shit. Come on, man, you can't get an inch. Punt the ball.
For no gain.
You know, Mike, there's a lot of coaches out there who believe that an aggressive style of offense is your best chance of winning. Now,
What kind of blocking was that?
bit to the extreme, but I think this is something that we're going to continue to see.
That
as
was
this game
stupid.
unfolds.
Just stupid,
The
stupid,
Buccaneers offense ready to take over once again.
stupid,
They can
stupid,
get back
stupid,
into this
stupid.
quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Mayfield. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away.
Left screen.
Here's Mayfield. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Buccaneers are on the board. It's now 10-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Wes Watkins going to bring it back. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take the
Right after bad throw
than it does after a drop. I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here. If you're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Buccaneers offense getting their first. Before heading back onto the field, they trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Here comes Otten in motion. They go play action with Mayfield. Looking middle here, and he's got McMillan. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL, and they want to find themselves
That's over the middle and intercepted.
There you go, Weaver and Clark. Clark and Weaver.
By Damone Clark. And the Commanders are going to take over just shy of midfield.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open
Clark and Weaver.
zones.
Weaver and Clark, baby.
Like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping.
The Commanders' offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. On target. Got it to McClure. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion
What?
of 7 yards.
Oh, come on, guys. You're making up shit now.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That's how he strayed a little too far. And it draws the flag. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he's down
Good throw.
inside the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time the team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
He'll drop to throw. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Give up the middle.
Oh, good run.
At the 15.
There you go.
He's in. Ty Chandler. Touchdown.
We're trying to burn his own.
He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Bates now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Commanders move out in front by the score of 17-3. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bucs offense now ready to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Throwing is Baker. That is caught by McMillan. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And that's going to be incomplete. But there's a penalty flag on the field. We'll let the officiating crew sort this one out.
Still second down.
Here comes Otten in motion. On second down, Baker. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. They'll send him over to the left. To throw is Mayfield. He's caught. He got Godwin.
What was that, guys?
Inside the 40-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air. It's Mayfield. A throw right side. Going to be taken in by McMillan. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
So, not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Out of the shotgun. Mayfield.
Picked off. Come
The
on.
end zone there, but it is incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away. Second down throw for Mayfield. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
What once looked like a promising drive has suddenly hit a little bit of a roadblock here, Mike. They're in scoring position, yes. But now on 3rd and goal, following that 2nd down sack, this defense has a shot to come away, only giving up 3.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Here to take it back, Quez Watkins. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Now give on the ground. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Commanders first down.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. That pass taken in by McCory. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This a 44-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Commanders going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. One of these 2 teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get it back to you 2 in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. We saw the running back Ty Chandler put together a solid first half out of the backfield. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Now, Watkins on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense. And their running back set to go once more. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. A couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and he's got ground. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Watkins motioning over. A handoff as they try to run it here. Good running there. Getting close to midfield. Let's mark them there. And a first down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll run it here with Denver. And a good tackle out wide will hold them to a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. He'll look to throw. He'll find the open man. That's Watkins. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
Chandler. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Jordan Whitehead is there to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the ground, this is Chandler. And he'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. The motion man here is McClure. A carry now for Chandler. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Now this time they'll look to throw. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown. It was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field. And then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what
We'll take my 4th and 4, but I'll take my money. Playoff.
And extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Mayfield. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Really nice job defensively. They were all over that from the jump. Initially, I thought he was going to break away and pick up something positive, but at the end of it all, he ended up going backwards.
They send Evans in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. He'll find McMillan here.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial
should have been sacked,
pass
guys.
coverage
Come on.
plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase in what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. To the left side. It's caught by Brown. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the 1st down after a gain of 7.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
3rd down, 3 to go. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood,
I'm going to take my 4 and 3, but nope, I'm going to punt.
Defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, Baker. Looking middle here, and he's got McMillan.
All right, guys, we know that pass. Next time we do that, we got to get in.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established.
Clark, where were you at? You supposed to be there on that one.
Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
There's Evans. He's got it. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now Mayfield. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. 12 yards on that hookup. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
Okay.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. Here's 3rd and 7. They send Evans in motion. To throw is Mayfield. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angles so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really completing high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
He's got it! A big connection to flip the field as they get across midfield on that one.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Running from the pistol, it's Chandler. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Chandler. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Bates' kick is good. And the Commanders will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They send Godwin in motion. On 1st down is Mayfield. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, creates great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
They send Godwin in motion. 2nd down throw from Mayfield. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And a shotgun. Mayfield. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. That one knocked away and incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game. Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
Mayfield to throw. That one complete. It's the tight end, Otten. And he'll be taken down.
Come on, guys.
On what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. He pulls it in around the 5. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Throwing is Mayfield. To the goal line and in. Mike Evans. Touchdown Buccaneers. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bucs are able to edge a bit closer. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Now, Watkins on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. It's 1st down, and they'll run. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. That's McLaurin open on the left side. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And nothing on that one back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
All right, taking my 4th and 4. Got to put your head down, guys.
Only need a yard, and it's 4th down.
He made it that time. Good job.
That was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew it was coming and still couldn't stop it.
To the ground, he'll get it again. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
Good job!
Look at him go! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now.
Look at the blocks right there.
Coming back from this deficit.
Way to fall in blockers. That was huge right there, guys. We ain't chasing no points.
Here's Bates for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Commanders will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Mayfield. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. To throw is Mayfield. And this is a big problem going the wrong way. Out of bounds, well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Clark and Weaver, Weaver and Clark.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yes, Clark again. What I tell you, baby? Weaver and Clark, Clark and Weaver. Clark again. That's 2 for Clark.
The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see. And it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum building.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Palmer now to return. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Throwing is Baker. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Mayfield. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Now Mayfield. And this drive is over before it can start. It's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from the other side of midfield, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Commanders' offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. The tackle is going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. A tight end in motion now. They'll stick with him again. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Watkins motioning over. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Now they'll set up the screen for Chandler. Good looking screenplay there. A gain of 11 and a 1st down.
Think back to what they told us during the week, Mike. They said this primetime platform, this is a tremendous opportunity for us to show the entire league and put them on notice. And boy, after this performance, boy, have they ever.
Try the right side this time. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Take it to the 2, guys. Take it to the 2.
2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back.
We get our receiver back.
After this.
At least we have our explosive guy. I guess how we play. Johnson back.
Up the middle they go. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a first and goal. It's a nice run there. It gets them down to the 6.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
From 6 yards out, it's first and goal. Here's a run. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on first and goal. Here now, second down and goal. One final knee here, and with that, they are off to the NFC title game.
Good job, guys.
So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. They are able to do something that not easy to do. Get a win away from home in the playoffs. For their troubles, got a date next Sunday in the conference championship game. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden.
Rookie did good. That may bring me to a little dilemma here. I picked the wrong one. It didn't raise you up none. Oh. Oh no. God damn it. Oh my God. Daniels ain't gonna be there. Oh.